not worried about that. They're worried about points in the rotation, but points don't matter here for them. They're not going to push themselves into the top 6. They just want to make sure Teed can't be annoying and ruin their game like that.
Yeah, definitely. Now that they have enough tags, honestly, all they have to do is coast, play smart, get good positioning, open up yourself in distance between these opponents. G5RC gets wrapped up, down he goes, and just like that, the Cypher will be rewarded, and at least it gives them some moment to relax, right, as they get this rotate here to the new zone.
Yeah, and I mean, letting the Storm do the work, recognizing that they put the damage down, but as we close in on the Storm Surge, it's going to turn on here in a minute. They're only 7 above. Now, if you're unfamiliar with Storm Surge, the gist of it, 25 damage every 5 seconds to the teams who haven't tagged players enough, haven't hit opponents with guaranteed. It's going to turn on here in 45 seconds, and right now, they're below. You want to see above on the right-hand side, and the bigger the number, the better.
The worst part about this is that this western side, you would think there'd be a little bit more this soon getting to new zone, but we saw how far back they were. We saw what was happening back there. There were just fights, storm fights outside. It tilted 3 or 4 squads in that general area, and that's why they haven't quite made it. So the surge will be active soon, but this fight's more important. These tags are more important.
We saw Polo get a knock in the feed there over onto Flow, but right now, all eyes on Shadow and Me Too, and this is what I talked about with those late command cavern rotations. It's the same thing. You're cycling over into Tilted, and now as zone continues to pull east, you rotate again. The problem is people get bogged down, and right now, 17 above on the left, 33 above on the right. This is massive for both of these teams. If they end up going below, it's going to eat into a lot of their excess utility, which Voil and XF don't really have.
I'm not feeling too good about this. 10 players have to go down, 27 below now. No, someone has managed to find some tags there and is now forced our 3rd place team into this unique position here. Shots come in on top of the Storm Surge, and you can see how much it hurts. And no, Voyo tries to go for the trade. He has too much heals to be doing that, and it's going to cost him. Where was Xep when you needed him? He was too far. They break it down. He ends up getting taken out, and we are watching what could be the slip away of a qualifying opportunity here from Xep. He has to, and I mean has to get to these heals.
Season Tragic's taken with Xep trying to get back over to the loop, knowing that he needs the heals, the chug splashes, and maybe even the reboot card. There's a lot of room here.
When Season Track is falling, he jumps back up above, so those were the teams that needed to go down. It is so unfortunate. They were that close. That means Season Tragics had to take a fight, and you know what else works even better? They were on their heels. You need those other top 10 teams to go down, just in case you need to hold on for dear life to that number 3 spot. And we know even Fable Taco wants that as well. He wants his immediate competition out. He's around 120 or so as a duo. They were like there.
Yeah, Season Tragics were sitting in 5th, but didn't round of placement points. There are 2 solos running around, so they could end up being under Surge, but Voil gonna double back and find a much needed supply drop in. They were above Surge, but some shots coming in from the side, and it was the
can be very, very tricky. Shadow and OMG Me Too now slip into 5th here. They still haven't picked up any eliminations, but they are not worried as they have all the, I want to say, position themselves better. So much, in fact, the zone has favored them here, and now they get this little drop spot to play off of and recap their materials up. What a game we are watching, ladies and gentlemen. This is Game 6 of NA East, the last game of semifinals. It's been a long, grueling weekend. Every win, a team moves on. With every day, consistent players get rewarded and sent to the finals. And here and now, we have that still on the line.
And Nets and Hide and Seek basically vaulted themselves into the conversation last game. A 3rd or 4th place finish coming out, but the big story was Hide and Seek with 11 eliminations by himself. 13 total, don't forget, it's +3 per each elim. And now we're gonna take a look at where the rest of the top 5, top 6 are. First placement point given out, 69 players, 35 duos, 1 solo rider, and he gets taken down. His possessive's cleaned out.
It's an important placement point given out to the lobby now. We start to jump closer and closer to the end game. If you are Voyo and Xep, if you are Fable Taco, you are worried about 4th nation at this point, because they're just 1 elim away from jumping up a placement point. They are just 3 or 4 elims away, and maybe a little bit more consistency to getting to that next area. And if yesterday was any indicator of where you need to be, that right there will be about 129. So if right now the line was drawn in the sand, second and third are not safe.
Yeah, and there's going to be plenty of points given over here, but also don't forget, any one of these top teams could grab a victory royale and open up the space. So there is a little bit more variability into what that line looks like because of the format we have here. But there's one thing we 100% know. XF has to find points. He has a solo.
He's looking around, he sees players in boxes, he's thinking, can I tag them? Should I tag them? It'll reveal my spot. He even has 2 launch pads, so he definitely will have big decisions to make here. Do you waste it just to get to the zone, or do you hold out to play for end game and just clutch it? In the end, for Paper and Tahi, they need to do a little bit more. They have a lot more digging to continue to make here, because they're in 7th. They don't have any elims. They have some tags, but they need more. Shoni and Kapla are gonna get taken out there. Not before, of course, trading out for an elim, so that's gonna be a little bit more points for them. But it does look like our #1 team has been halted, and their run has come to a complete stop.
And it should only end up being +4 for him. Depends when that elimination came out. If one of them was up, don't forget, elims only count if the player is still up on their feet. But first, second, fifth, all down. What does that mean for everyone else? It means there's light at the end of the tunnel. The question is, how fast can you run?
Will you get there? Will you get there? Will Lawrence get there? Will Blake get there? We've already seen them try this before. They know how to play these end games.
Below, though.
You need to pop off. And right now, they need to fight. They need to find tags. 15 players have to go down. That's a huge one. That can open up opportunity here. In 20 seconds, it will become even more scary. And now, Lawrence starts to look down, though. He sees a player down here. He says, hey, man, there's another duo here. Forget that armored wall stuff. We need a team that doesn't know we're coming. And they start to change targets.
I love just slamming down that armored wall, saying, nope, no entry on this side. I mean, 2K plus HP in the left.
How is
So much room
above right now?
I mean, just finding the tags over on the
full zone.
Look at the zone. The zone rotation. Oh, that's nuts.
No way. XF just full zone.
They're
Not
below.
only that, oh my gosh. OMGB2, Shadow, below the Surge right here. Our 5th place team has to take a full fight. They're actually getting tagged by the Surge as well. It's not looking good. The team on the other side is hurt though. But we know if there's a team to clutch it up, it's them right now. More pressure starts to come in from the other side. OMGB2 says, hey, we need to... Out 109 and they go down in 5th place. This is so heartbreaking. That will be such a difficult placement to hold and maintain here. Almost looks impossible.
We talked about how the entirety of the top of the table was open. Well, you might as well have just grabbed that table firmly in 2 hands and flip it. First, second, 5th, 6th, 10th, 14th, all drop before we're even near the cascading placement points. Paper picking up another elim, hide and seek, getting trap killed there, trying to put everything up on the board. 52 players remain, 1 duo under threat from Storm Surge, but we're closing in on the cascading placement points with some key solos up on their feet, except being one of them.
Remember, if you were inside the top 16, you really have a chance now. We might see 2 teams jump up from out of nowhere and hit the rim here. We will see if they can do it. Right now, Hide and Seek and Nets have one of the best chances.
Haji and Sasuke right in front of them.
Do that. Haji and Sasuke in front of them. Will 4th place get taken out right now? There is no way. These guys don't have shields. It is not looking good. They're hurt. Storm is behind them. It ticks for about 7 right now. So that is nothing you want to be a part of. Hide and Seek here. Nets are feeling good about this one. They might actually commit. Those are wood walls. There's every sign right now to take this fight and take out this team. But no, the brick comes down. It might have been a fake, but it's enough to buy them time. And now the zone pulls south.
Far south pole, we're also going directly over one of those obnoxious hoodoos that the players cannot build up the underside. If you're on the high ground, you're great. If you're on the low ground, you better think about investing a launch pad right now, because things are going to get weird here as the zone begins to move. There's the timer, 1 minute to make it, and straight to the sky. Av and Eden, Danny and Clue looking for it, but that's what I'm talking about. Left side of your screen right now, everyone has to make it up that. Haji and Sasuke, get some room.
They're still fighting here inside the storm. What are they doing? They need an escape plan, and I don't see one in sight. They start to double back, though. There was a launch pad. Haji misses. He didn't have build. knows he has to take it here 60, make it 50 HP. Suspect is hurt, and they are just barely holding on, but they find a moment to heal now. Things will reset on high ground. Crumbler and Mars out of nowhere go on up. W Carry and Coop are still in this game. Don't count them out.
Except get it off.
A full reconnect there. Except is still fighting here in this game. He is still holding on to his third place. Can he close out here? Remember, we still have Fable Taco holding on to his 120. Except is just about there. A huge opportunity. He gets a huge tag. That's a knock. And now he needs to edit. A misedit there's going to cost him. And down he goes. No confirmed elimination. 120 will be where his train stops.
And he loses the 3 points, and we're going to get a bounce back, which means high ground has forever. They are chilling, but everyone else has to go back up and over again. Suscript is taken down, but Haji finds Coop Bear. That's W carrying him, who are so close. Haji trying to put the individual stamp on it, looking for room. Hide and seek trying to do the same. He had an amazing 11 elimination game, but he's running thin. 4 builds, a shield keg, and just barely a glimmer of hope.
This is so important. If Hide and Seek gets taken out now, I mean, Voyo and XF might be able to hold on, but no, he ends up getting just enough placement points to jump over, and now, just like that, that spot's on the line. They might just be in 6. W Carry is alive here from 0 to hero, all the way back on up into the conversation he goes. Only a single elim, but that is enough. Crumbler and Mars are still alive right now, looking to claw their way to some points. Hide and Seek. He gets a little bit more points, but I don't know if that will be enough. And now, W Carry has the world in front of him.
And it was
right
Haji who took down Hide and Seek. Haji took down Hide and Seek, who was right on top of him. And Haji's puts himself up in the second, trying to find some room. He hits the med miss, but he can't stall. He can't jump. Tries to find the room with the build, the mantle, and he just barely gets in. 4 HP, but so far 2 more points coming through. 126, so he's pushed himself back up above. But there is so much daylight at the top. Somebody will take it away. And all the way at the top, Clue and Danny are going to the sky against Sinaruni.
Sin just tries
W
to put
Carry
everything on
down.
the line. That's crazy. Carry falls there, and that was falling just around 5th or 6th, so it's becoming more and more closer for everyone else. AV's behind the wall. You don't want to fight them, not at all. And down he goes. Clue takes down. Danny and Clue all over there. AV and Edan have a real chance here. They have been given high ground for free, but they do not have material. One of our teams outside the bubble will be taking home this victory royale. 6 teams from consistency will be hoping they did enough to win this tournament, to make it on through. Crumbler is still fighting here. Mars is still fighting here. They have done enough to go to finals. This will continue to solidify that process right there. But Jock, he needs a win. He needs to dig deep. It's all on the line here.
There's still lots of points on the table, though, as we see here. Hey, 5th place, 117. Honestly, right now, if I'm Fable Taco and Golden, I'm smiling because everyone is dropping, and Crumble is doing just enough, pushes himself up to 119. Jock gets taken down. That's another one of the top 7 ripped away, and Edan and Av are looking to secure it with the VR.
Crumbler, though, now in 120. He has managed to fight his way this far. He's not going to give up yet, not without a fight. High ground does not have any material. That is it. They have to use the mansling mechanic to climb their way up. They have to think long and hard here. Get in a position like this. They have never had an uphill battle like this before, but luckily there's climbing in Fortnite now, and they're up here. They're cruising. They're working their way through, but A-Red comes up. He puts it all on the line, and it's over. Just like that, AV Edan will go to finals off of a victory.
And honestly, with the way they game planned, the way they were able to really exert control over Command Cavern, I'm thrilled to see them in the finals because it's going to make the dynamic of that POI just so incredibly interesting. But Monster, could we have asked for a more frenetic, hectic, just absolute slobber knocker of a Game 6?
Not at all. That was an incredible Game 6.